Good morning, everyone. We are so glad to welcome you today or to having more conversations and welcome you to UGA's financial planning program. I'll give you a quick overview of what we're going to cover. We're going to cover the panelists. We want to learn more about each of you and what you are looking to get from the program, as well as the need for financial planning, why UGA, and all the programs that we offer, and then steps for enrollment and what next steps you need to take. Today, we really want to focus on industry members that are interested in coming into financial planning. And so with that, I want to introduce who's actually in the room and we'll kind of go around. So let me share my screen with you. So with no further ado, let me jump in and actually have Dr. Chatterjee. Would you introduce yourself and tell us more about you?
Hi, good morning, everyone. So I'm the interim department head for financial planning, housing, and consumer economics. I teach in the financial planning program, and welcome, everyone.
Dr. Grable.
Good morning. I'm John Grable, and just like Dr. Chatterjee, I'm in the financial planning program. Currently, I teach primarily graduate level courses, and almost all of those are in the online program.
Great, thank you. Dr. Palmer.
Hi, my name is Lance Palmer. I teach primarily tax planning. I'm a CPA licensed in Utah and a CFP, and I do a lot of experiential learning through the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program.
Say that 3 times fast, huh?
Yeah.
And Dr. Archuleta.
Hello, I'm Christy Archuleta, and I primarily teach in our behavioral financial planning / financial therapy track. And I work a lot with our students who are involved in our Aspire clinic.
I am Dr. Maribel Carlson, and I also teach on the online program and as well as do all the marketing and branding for UGA's financial planning program. So we're glad to welcome you here. Now, probably the 2 most important people on the call for you all is going to be Justin Miller, who is our graduate degree professional, and Paul Mittelhammer, who is our enrollment coach. So with no further ado, Justin, would you mind introducing yourself?
Hey, hi, everyone. My name is Justin Miller. I'm the grad coordinator assistant. So I'll be your first point of contact if you have any questions about the application process, looking for any updates. And if you're admitted and once you enroll, then I'll help you through the process, dealing with all the different forms and stuff you'll need to complete and just general troubleshooting. So don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or if there's anything else I can do to help.
Thank you, Justin. And Paul, would you introduce yourself?
Hi, Paul Mittelhammer, enrollment coach in the online learning office. Here to help you on that journey of how do you find out a little bit more information about the program. I know enough information to be dangerous, and if I don't have the answers, I reach out to the esteemed panelists that we have here today. So please let us know how we can help you in making your enrollment into the program.
Thank you. So let's start with what the need is for financial planning. And Dr. Chatterjee, would you kind of give us a background of what the need is for financial planning and why UGA, why we should be here?
Yes, absolutely. So there is, other than the fact that financial planning profession is highly rewarding, as you can see, the median salary is well above the average for a lot of different business majors. But also there is a rewarding part to it where we also help clients attain their financial goals. And the job market is growing fast, at a very fast pace. Every year, the University of Georgia, the Career Center, they do a survey, and typically financial planning ranks as one of the top 10 majors across the entire campus for placement of students and for starting salaries. And so while the profession is growing, there's a huge need for financial planners. The University of Georgia stands out because we are not only focusing on not only are we registered with the CFP board and accredited and need to help meet the educational requirements of the students who are aspiring to take this CFP exam, but we also have, in addition to that, a behavioral financial planning type of emphasis. A number of our faculty are engaged in research, and we just have a lot of momentum going and a lot of excitement in the department. So we would love to have you in the program.
A few more on the call might want to hear why they need to come to UGA. So would you mind sharing this next slide with us of why UGA is such a critical program to look at?
Like I said, the UGA Financial Planning program, we believe is probably the best in the country because we just have more resources to, add more value to beyond just the basic financial planning courses. So we are accredited by the CFP board. So students going through our program meet the academic requirement to sit for the CFP exam. But we go over and beyond that. So we have faculty who are nationally recognized for their research. And so the type of research that's being done, you're, having the ability as a student to learn from those same professors who are being quoted and cited and doing work in the field. We have a very strong experiential learning piece where we have the behavioral financial planning emphasis where, students in the program learn about the counseling side and not just the numbers. So you're learning both the art and science of financial planning. We have several, joint programs and collaborations. For example, Dr. Palmer runs the Voluntary Income Tax Assistance Program in partnership with the IRS on campus. We have the Aspire Clinic, which is a peer-to-peer financial planning laboratory, sort of, where students impart financial counseling and financial planning services to the local community. And a lot of the takeaways from that will be shared with you as part of the program. Now, in addition to that, you will have not only after you graduate, access to our financial planning alumni who are doing very well in the profession. You will also have access to a huge University of Georgia alumni base. And so upon graduation, you will be able to participate in some of that. So right now, I don't know if you're big football fans, we are #1 ranked team in the country. And so academically, we are consistently among the top 20 public universities. And so with that comes a lot of network that might be helpful for your future progression of career and a brand recognition and marketing.
Absolutely. And I want to just brag because I know they will never brag on themselves, but the 3 people that you're seeing on this call right now, so Dr. Chatterjee, Dr. Grable, and Dr. Archuleta, are 3 of those most prolific authors in the entire field of financial planning. So I know that they will blush when I say that, but it is a really good thing with that. And I also want to emphasize, as Dr. Chatterjee said, this idea of experiential learning. It's hands-on. You're applying the things you're getting in class. And we have everything from undergraduate to PhD level education. So very few programs offer that range of financial planning. Awesome. And let's tell them too, Dr. Chatterjee, could we go into a little bit more on, would you talk a little bit about the certifications, Dr. Chatterjee, of why we're all certified?
Like I said, going through the program, you'll meet the academic requirements for the CFP exam. But in addition to that, we are also accredited by a couple of other leading certification counseling designations and certifications in the profession. So one of those is the accredited financial counselor designation, which is offered by the Association for Financial Counseling and Planning Education. And that's a very specialized qualification in the area of financial counseling. A lot of our graduates hold both the CFP and the AFC. Now, we also have partnered with the Financial Therapy Association, and our academic curriculum meets the requirements of the CFT certification, which is a certificate in financial therapy. And so, as you see, not only is our educational curriculum preparing you for on the behavioral financial planning side of things, but you also have the other opportunities to add on, certifications and qualifications.
Yeah, so I think there's a reason that you came to hear about the number of different types of programs that we offer. And one opportunity that I think some of you who are on this are actually in right now is the Double Dogs pathway. And so if you're not familiar with that, it is an opportunity where you can take up to 12 credit hours and you can apply that to both your graduate and undergraduate degrees. And those are graduate hours. So those would count towards both your graduate and undergraduate degree, of course, with department permission. What's great about this option is you can use, if you have a Hope or Zell Miller scholarships, you can utilize that for those credit hours because those are typically utilized for undergraduate degrees, but it will count for both. If you're interested, like Mary said earlier, if you're interested, Christy Sanders is a great resource to get you connected and to learn more about that. But we're going to talk about what some of those different options are in terms of a master's degree in financial planning. And now I think I'm going to turn it over to John to talk just a little bit about the on-campus program.
Yeah, so the on-campus program, I'm thinking outside of Double Dogs, but it probably could include Double Dogs as well. Typically, students are spending 1 to 1.5 years on campus to work through the program. Some actually extend it out a little bit in order to work with, let's say, Dr. Archuleta and doing some really applied work, or working with Dr. Palmer in doing some more advanced tax work. So there's some flexibility, but if you really need to move quickly, you can do that if you've got the desire and the willingness to put in the work. We have 2 options. One is a thesis option, and the other is a non-thesis option. And to be honest, I think we've had 1 or 2 thesis students in the past 5 or 6 years, so it's not really popular. But if you were coming and thinking, hey, I'm going to get a PhD in financial planning, that's my career objective, then doing a thesis as a master's student makes a lot of sense. But if you really are here to kind of elevate your career and launch into the profession, I would say the non-thesis on-campus master's is the way to go. When you complete this program, you are eligible to sit for the national CFP examination. And you're also eligible for the AFC, which is the Accredited Financial Counselor. And this is not more exciting, it's exciting for me, you can also move towards the Certified Retirement Counselor and help me out here, Christy, the Certified Financial Therapist 1 credential. So there's a lot of opportunities for an on-campus student.
Right, and Dr. Grable, would you explain to us what this online Master's of Science in Financial Planning is?
Absolutely. So imagine everything that you would see if you were in Athens, but you live in Texas or you live outside of the immediate area. What we've basically done is tried to replicate that online master's program in an online environment. So it is 30 credit hours. You're going to be taking basically the same courses that you would take on campus. Now, there is a big difference, and that is that we've split each course into 8-week blocks. So you're taking 2 classes per semester, but you're taking 1 during the first 8 weeks. You get a little break, and then you're going to take the next course for the final 8 weeks. And it's really set up for those who are working full-time, they have families, they have a life outside of education. And so it's a way to build in that master's degree into your regular working life and outside of the University of Georgia. And there was the question about age. Somebody had mentioned that early on. I would just say to that person who might be worried about the age of people enrolled, we have people who are just fresh out of college. We also have people, I think the oldest person we've had is probably in their 70s. Now, there's multiple career paths that people take, but age should never be a limiting factor, particularly in the online environment. It's a great experience. It's asynchronous, meaning we don't have any required lectures during the day. So you don't need to be somewhere at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Everything is scheduled over 1 week breaks or 1 week modules, but it's very, very flexible. We've had really good experience with the program. The feedback from students has been tremendous. The pass rate on the CFP exam has also been way above the national average. So lots to be proud of in the online master's degree program. And if you have interest in the online, definitely reach out to Paul or me. Justin is also willing and able to help you. But that's sort of the brief overview of the online program.
Thank you so much. And I do want to emphasize there is no requirement to come to campus for that program. So there's no need if you're very far away, there's no need or ever any requirement. You're always welcome. We're always happy to have you. But we do work in a cohort model, so you will get to know the people that you're working with, and you're going to be able to get to know us as professionals. So it's still a personalized program, but you don't ever have to meet in person.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Dr. Archuleta, tell us more about these behavioral financial therapy and financial planning tracks.
Yeah, so we have the traditional financial planning track, which is really preparing you to sit for the CFP exam. It also helps you qualify for the accredited financial counselor examination and the certified retirement counselor examinations. Our second track is the behavioral financial planning and financial therapy track. So this has a little bit different focus where you might already be in the financial planning profession and you're wanting more kind of advanced content around how you work with clients. So this is really dealing with the psychology, like how people think and behave and feel and relate to one another around money issues. We're going to talk about how or learn about how we can help clients make changes in order to meet their financial goals. So just a lot of different things that encompass working with clients so that we can really help them meet their needs and do that in their best interest. So if you're in this particular track and you do this track only, you will not be eligible to sit for the CFP exam, but you will meet the education requirements to sit for the accredited financial counselor and the certified financial therapist level 1 examinations. You do have an option if you're willing to stay a little bit longer. You can do both tracks and finish that out in about 1.5 to 2 years. So you just be around a little bit longer. The behavioral financial planning track also comes with an opportunity to work in our Aspire clinic, which Dr. Carlson mentioned earlier. It's an interdisciplinary clinic where we work with students who are in training in marriage and family therapy and nutrition and law. And so our financial planning and counseling students here on campus are able to work with students or with community members. So it could be students, faculty here at UGA or local community members. And it can even be across the state of Georgia because we also do virtual work as well. So there's this requirement to incorporate all of your people skills that you've learned into that. This typically takes this or the traditional financial planning track typically take about a year, so fall and spring semesters. There is a summer course requirement for this behavioral financial planning course because it's just the only time that one of the courses is offered, but it is offered online, and that's the only course that's offered online. And so just to kind of be thinking and planning, I think Dr. Carlson will show you in a little bit the website and how you can get there and learn more about the specific classes and when they're offered.
Awesome. And our last but not least, we've got a joint master's in accounting and financial planning. So I know some of you have already shown interest in that. Dr. Palmer, please unveil us and show what we have to offer in this world.
So this is a really exciting program. And Michael, I don't know if this is, you've already got your accounting degree. I don't know that you're interested in a master's of accounting, but it does speak a little bit to the role that accountants play in the financial planning industry right now. There's a tremendous confluence, if you will, of accounting firms and financial planning, wealth management firms, some financial planning firms incorporating tax planning in-house and doing that for their clients, and other accounting firms acquiring financial planning firms or wealth management firms or starting that in-house. And so we see kind of these two definitely intersecting in very real ways. And we're seeing people that come out of this program having tremendous opportunities and tremendous spectrum of career choices that they can make. And so people coming out, really people coming into this joint program need to have an accounting undergraduate degree in order to be able to meet all of the prerequisites for the graduate accounting courses. And then they'll be able to do it in about 1.5 years, 3 semesters. So a fall, spring, fall, or fall, spring, fall. I'm sorry, that's what I said, or spring, fall, spring. And then we will include a couple summer classes that will be done online for that program so that students can do internships or whatever they're doing in the summertime to keep them on track. But really, it's coming out of the program, you're able to sit for the CPA exam, CFP exam, PFS exam. But it really does give the opportunity for a whole spectrum of career paths for these students. And again, some of you already have a background in accounting, so this really does just further that exposure. It brings in the financial planning side of things, but doesn't in any way diminish that strong standing of either CPA or accounting experience. And then also you'd be qualified to sit for the PFS exam that would be kind of attached to the CPA.
Thank you, everyone. From here, would you mind going ahead and sharing with us, Dr. Archuleta, what the enrollment steps are if someone's interested?
Sure, and I'm going to ask Justin to chime in if I miss doing anything. But basically what you need to do, if you're looking to be a double dog, there is a double dog website that you need to go to. We don't have that up here, but there is a website that you can go to within UGA. You can ask Ms. Sanders about that, and she can direct you to that. But you can say, I'm interested in this pathway, or I am applying for this pathway, and then that puts you into the pathway towards the 12 credit hours applying to both. But regardless, if you're in the pathway or if you're not in the pathway and you plan to move into the master's program, you still have to apply for the master's degree program through the graduate school. So you're going to go directly to the graduate school. This website here shows you all of these steps are outlined very neatly on our website. If you go to fp.uga.edu, you'll be able to find the link that takes you directly to the graduate school application process. So I believe, yes, there it is. I believe the fee is waived for double dog students. And this is our website. So this is where you can go. And if you just click on, you can click on the on-campus master's program. And then if you scroll down and then if you click apply, or you can go down and you can read more ways in which you can, there we go. Yeah. So that will show you step by step how you go about applying to the program. And if you can either go back up and just kind of walk through
Sure.
the how to apply.
Sure. Yeah. In fact, I'll take it from here too, if you'd
Okay.
like. So a lot of these websites, in fact, if you just go to FP or financialplanning.uga.edu, it has a lot more information in terms of everything we've talked about. Many of you have experienced the Aspire Clinic or VITA. So it gives you a lot of links and a lot of information, even shows you who your faculty members would be. And so if you're interested in a specific, and we'll go back to this online, the Masters in Financial Planning, what we just covered here was the 3 different tracks. So you've got your traditional on-campus financial planning track, the behavioral financial therapy track, and the joint masters. And then as Dr. Grable mentioned, if you are interested in a thesis, it is down here as well. So let me pull up something though, while I'm talking about in terms of these course tracks. So we'll use this joint masters in financial, in accounting and financial planning. You'll click on the course track, and here it takes you through a document that literally tells you what classes you need to take each semester as you progress through the various programs. In fact, each of these classes should be linked to the bulletin. So it'll take you directly to the UGA bulletin, and you'll be able to see more fully what each class means and stands for there. So let me move and show you a different one. I want to show you the behavioral therapy track, because you have a couple of different options with the behavioral track. So you've got year 1, year 2, and then the summer, but then there's also, and Christy, maybe I'm looking at I need to probably go to the double dogs. Is that right? I think the double dogs track has a couple of options for us here. And if you scroll down, same thing here. So yes, that was what I was thinking of. So in this one, the financial therapy track is for majors or for non-majors. So if you're not a financial planning major, this will show you exactly which electives. And notice some of these you can take as an undergraduate student while at Georgia. And then it will tell you what you need to take when you're a master's. The other option here, if you already are a financial planning major and want to focus on the behavioral therapy, you just click on that. And once again, it will tell you what to take as an undergraduate and moving into graduate. And note, again, each of these is linked so that you can go straight to the bulletin and find out more about that specific class. So there's a lot of information here on each of these pages, and I just want you to be aware of what those are, how to work, and then it all connects you of how to apply. And we go through step by step and show you how to apply for the program there. So with that, there's a lot of information on the website. We are happy to share that. And in final wrap up, I'm going to just give you the information for Justin Miller, who is our graduate professional. Any questions, all your applications will go through him. For those of you that are specifically interested in the online program, you'll want to reach out to Paul Middlehammer, and he's the enrollment coach for that program. And you can see his phone number and his email below.